How good does it feel to be back?
Yeah, delighted. It came right out of the blue. I was enjoying my time at Blackpool, but I got a call from Hecky, and it just snowballed really quickly. So really pleased to be back. I had 5 fantastic years here, loved every minute of it. So hopefully onwards and upwards now. Is
that part of the pull then, and all of those memories and being part of the club at that time and popular here to come back?
Yeah, no, I think so. As I say, I had 4 really good months at Blackpool. Worked with some good staff and a good group of players, and again, I got a phone call from Hecky saying in the future would I be interested maybe joining him. And then the day after it just, as I said, just snowballed. But yeah, there was a few things to take in consideration. Obviously coming back here where I've had some good times, knowing Hecky well, knowing the club, and knowing what a good group of players that there is here at the club, and hopefully the ambitions to kick on and in the next couple of seasons really show that we can hopefully look like we can get back to where we've not been so long ago.
So Sheffield United have this long-term vision, but the process to get you here seems very dramatic over the course of the past week.
Yeah, it certainly was. I think I'd like a 5-minute chat with Hecky just to see if in the future, which could have been any time down the road, would I ever have an interest. It's something that we could discuss in months ahead, whatever it was going to be. And then I think it was on the Wednesday afternoon I got a phone call and just it with all systems go, and so it's quite tough going in at Blackpool on the Thursday to say because it was a quick farewell, because I'd forged some good relationships even in 4 months, but likewise it was good to get down to Bramall Lane on the Thursday afternoon, evening, meet a couple of people, and then get to work on Friday and get in among it, which is the key part of the role.
I'm describing this, or I'm making it sound like the quick turnaround is extraordinary, but in your world it kind of isn't, is it? These types of moves happen quite quickly, quite a lot.
Yeah, they do, and again, I didn't know anything about it. It happened when I went to Blackpool, if I'm honest. I was sat up with the road in Scotland doing some Euro media work and things, and I got a call out of the blue there and down there. So yeah, that happened, especially on the coaching side of it.
So what have you walked into then in terms of first impressions? Because a change was required. The club obviously felt a change was required. So what type of squad did you walk into in terms of mood and determination to maybe get back to challenging?
Yeah, I think originally, bearing in mind I was only back at Bramall Lane 2-3 weeks ago when I was with Blackpool and we came, and I've got to be honest, and I wasn't just trying to be nice after the game. Sheffield United were one of the best sides we played for the first 70 minutes. How they had some good chances. Our keeper made a couple of good saves at Blackpool, and we nicked a result. We didn't deserve a 1-0. We got a good goal, but you could see the quality that was in the group. Maybe lacking a little bit of confidence, but now the change has been made. Thankfully, we got off to a positive start. A long way to go. We know that, but building blocks will be put in place. It's about the future. It's not about looking back now. I think we've inherited a group of players who, a lot of them had tremendous success. We can't forget that. But the last 18 months has been hugely disappointing for the football club, for the supporters, no doubt, and obviously for the players that are still here. So it's a bit about re-energising. I think certainly with the fans, that was one of my, I would say, biggest disappointments that I came back, because everyone was saying, there'll be 25, 26,000. I said, yeah, it's a cracking atmosphere when it gets going. And it just never got going. And even on Sunday there, it got going a little bit, and then the injury to the boy actually, and then the weather. But I think that's us as a staff, certainly as players. We've got to get that energy back in the fans, because there's no better place once the copper in full voice and they're behind you. I've been fortunate enough to play in front of them when the atmosphere was terrific. So that's the main aim. If we can get the aim of the fans really back on our side, then we know we're doing something right in the performances. But it's down to the players to do what we did on Sunday: crosses in the box, shots at goal, tackles, everything on the front foot. And we know, listen, one game. It was a nice start. It was a positive start. A lot of good sides in this league, but we've got to believe that we're a good side as well.
You're acutely aware right from the off that something had been lost over the course of the relegation from the Premier League and then up to now.
Yeah, certainly in the atmosphere. As I said, because the players actually played well against Blackpool. You know, they were having shots at goal, and there was just sort of an apathy really. But I understand that and I get that. But again, it's down for the staff to get the players enthused, which they should be, you know what I mean? And if they need backsides kicking, then we can do it. If they need a cuddle, we can do that. But from our point of view, my point of view, it's to get the best out of what we've got here. And I believe we've got a good group of players that maybe just need a little bit of direction, a little bit of confidence, and you know that's what it's about. But it's got to be a team effort all across the board, from the supporters, who are the biggest thing at any football club, throughout the football club.
And do you still think this group can challenge for at least the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I would say that our aim would be to start picking up wins. We've had 3 clean sheets on the bounce, 7 points out of 9, which is encouraging, which helps again build the confidence. A lot of the players worked with Hecky, you know, last season and know what he's about and what he demands, which is good. And obviously with Jack coming in as well, I've watched a couple of his drills he's done with the strikers. He's got the strikers buzzing. He was delighted the other day, you know, Sharpie gets on the score sheet, Rian gets on the score sheet, so he's done his job. He's got the strikers firing. But yeah, I looked at the group before I came in. Bear in mind, again, not playing them not too long ago, I've analysed 4 or 5 Sheffield United games prior to that and saw some good players and good footballers that, as I said, maybe just need a little bit of help, be it on the training ground, be it mentally, and certainly we want to try to, you know, get the enthusiasm, the front foot play, and we've got a style that we want to play, and we've got to carry that out.
This might sound like an obvious question, maybe even a daft one. Your relationship with Hecky, that's from Bradford, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where it started.
That's right, yeah. He'd been at the club on loan when I went there, and I brought him back. He was a terrific professional. You know, I could see, you know, the way he went about business. He would go into the coaching setup. I've kept in touch with him, give him some good advice, give him some bad advice. But he was always a sort that I would thought he would continue in the game. You know, he was a student in the game. He didn't just like turning up, getting off and getting home. You know, he was a little bit longer in the training ground. He'd want to know where we were doing certain things. So that's the sort of players you want. He's an intelligent footballer. There's not many about.